Last month, the Green Travelers went on an adventure to the highest peak in Cambodia, Mount Aural. Mount Aural, or Phnom Aural in the Cambodian language, stands 1,813 meters above the sea level. We took a 2-day 1-night hike, plus a stay at the base camp before and after the hike. So, if you're planning this hike, be sure to stick around as I will be sharing everything you need to know for this off-the-beaten-path experience in Cambodia. The trail to Mount Aural is located in Kampong Spur, around 3 hours drive from the capital Phnom Penh. The last section of the road was rough and bumpy, so if you are coming in a regular car, be prepared for some off-road fun. We arrived at base camp at around 6 p.m. and the sun is going to set soon. For those who are adventurous enough, you can shower by the river like our friend here, but for me, I'll just go to the toilet. Tonight, we will be staying in one of the wooden huts here. We rented a tent from the community, which they also provide pillows and blankets. It wasn't luxurious, but definitely comfortable enough for the night. By 6:30 p.m., the sun has set completely. After a simple dinner prepared by the host, we rested early to prepare for the long hike ahead. It's 6:30 in the morning and let's get ready for the big day. We started early with a simple breakfast of rice, omelette and dried meat. Then we pack up and hit the trail. The entrance to the trail is quite a distance away and we will be taking this wooden cart. It is literally like a roller coaster ride that lasted for 45 minutes. It is 8 o'clock now and we are so ready to begin the journey. The first part of the hike was moderate with a mix of flat terrain and gradual inclines before reaching the first checkpoint. This trail was well shaded by bamboos, which makes a serene landscape. By 9:30, we've arrived at the first checkpoint. There are wooden huts and a small monastery in this area. Our guide here is getting us a snack right off the tree. This green fruit is called bilimbi. It is sour and eating it with a mixture of salt and crushed chili makes me drool. We rested under the hut and had lunch before continuing. A quick tip for you guys, never ever take long breaks during a hike, as according to ChatGPT, taking long breaks during a hike can make the trek more difficult because your muscles starts to cool down and stiffen, leading to soreness and making it harder to get moving again. We ourselves learned this from the hard way. To make things worse, the second section of the trek is much steeper and more challenging. As we go further, the jungle becomes denser, and along the way, we saw huge trees wrapped in orange cloth. This is a sign that a monk has blessed the tree for protection, and it also helps to keep loggers away. After about 4 hours of hiking, we arrived at our resting point for the night, the second campsite. This is a small clearing in the jungle where hikers set up their camps before attempting the final push to the summit the next day. The toilets are simple and clean, and they do have water tanks and taps for washing. For the rest of the day, we sat on the wooden platform, sharing stories with fellow hikers and enjoying our dinner with the sound of the jungle. It's 3 a.m. in the morning and we are getting ready for the final climb to the summit. The wind was howling throughout the night, but thanks to the reflector sheet provided by the guide, plus my own sleeping bag, it wasn't too cold. We continued our journey in the dark and finally by 7 a.m. we saw signs of hope. We've made it to the highest point in Cambodia. Standing at 1,830 meters, it's cold and windy. On a clear day, you will be able to see endless forests stretching into the horizon. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't on our side today. Despite the fog, it's still a great achievement that we are all very proud of. By 8 a.m., we started to head down to the campsite and rested for lunch before descending back to the entrance. The descent was just as tough as the climb. Steep sections and loose soil made it tricky, so we have to take it slow. If you have knee issues, knee guards and trekking poles might be a lifesaver. We completed the hike by 5 p.m. and words can't describe the sense of accomplishment that we have at this moment. So we head back to the base camp and rested for one more night as everyone is so exhausted. The trek itself is not too challenging, but it can be quite exhausting due to the inclination and long distance. All of us had muscle sores that give so much pain for the next 2 days after the hike. However, it is definitely rewarding and I'd highly recommend it to anyone who loves adventure. Our team hired 2 guides who are part of the local community and we find them so helpful. They basically took care of everything from navigating, carrying and setting up our tents and also preparing our meals. The trip could be so much harder without them. Besides, hiring them also supports the local community. You can now book your hike through the website for a better hiking experience. This is the backpack I carried throughout the hike. Let's go through the compartments and what I packed in each one. The top compartment is where I keep items I might need in a hurry, like my emergency kit and small essentials. My emergency kit includes basic medication for fever, diarrhea, insect bites, and rehydration, and band-aids and antiseptics for minor cuts. I also have a small pack of tissue and wet wipes for convenience. On the side pocket, I packed headlamps and flashlight for the early morning summit hike, gloves for cold temperatures and protection, and plastic bags for wet clothes or trash. Hiking burns a lot of energy, so I packed a variety of snacks for quick boost. I have oat bars and biscuits which are great for quick energy boost, sea salt candy that helps to replenish salt lost through sweat, and dried fruits, especially dates, that are high in natural sugar for sustained energy. The main compartment holds the things I only needed at camp or during long breaks. I have toiletries, towel, and a change of clothes. I also brought a pair of walking shoes for comfort at campsite and for bathing, but lightweight rubber flippers would be a better option to reduce weight. Sleeping bag is not a must since the tents came with blanket and reflector sheet, but I do prefer my own for added warmth and comfort. Plus, it's really light. Staying hydrated is crucial and our guide advised bringing at least 3 liters of water each. I packed the bigger bottles in my main compartment and I also have a smaller bottle at my side pocket for easy access while hiking. So that's everything I packed for the Mount Aural hike. I found this setup to be really sufficient and practical for the 2-day 1-night trek. However you pack your bag, the most important tip is to reduce the weight by bringing only what's necessary. If there's anything you want to know more about Mount Aural, leave a comment below and I hope this video helps you prepare if you are planning this hike. We are the Green Travelers. Like, share and follow for more travel stories.